we rejoin Okri, Frostglade, and Falas on the northern coastline of Gladesedge Island. After departing from the town of Farnswallow, you arrived at a walled fortress where you believe the abductions have been originating. The residents of these islands have nearly all vanished, and you've arrived here to see if there are any survivors and to stop the flesh-eater courts from their sinister harvest. It is a circular fortress, barred with palisade walls, with a central pagoda rising high above you. After surveying the exterior, you moved along to the northern side, where you found a garbage pile full of abandoned wreckage and a small tunnel leading inside. The one item that sticks out to you is the pauldron of Trenton Skiggs, your ally and emissary who's gone missing on this island. What do you do?
Found Trenton's stuff here,
which I'm now wearing proudly on my shoulder.
Okay.
It's not weird, guys.
Yeah, I'd like to try and go around and try and find another entrance. Say, like I said, like a door of some kind.
Sure. So you know there is a gate, a main gate leading at the southern end of the palisade wall. This fort had originally been built up on like kind of an additional kind of rocky outcropping. You know, the base of the palisade wall that's been put up around it is got to be about 5 feet up through like bouldery rocks, which you could climb. But the stakes are kind of up a lot higher. That would probably be about 20-foot tall palisade walls.
Okay.
And then, of course, in the middle, you see like the tiered pagoda reaching up several stories.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I think originally the plan was that we were doing a circuit of the place to see if there were any other things. So we haven't actually like completed the circuit. Maybe we should do that.
Let's keep going.
So yeah, the wall kind of becomes, as it kind of moves towards the shoreline, it actually becomes flush with the base layer where you are right now. So you're kind of traveling along the beach. Go ahead and make some awareness checks. Awareness 4-2 mind.
4 successes.
One success.
Okay, I got 4.
Okri and Frostglade, as you are all walking together along the beach, hand in hand, presumably.
I skip. Free action.
As you kind of like reach about the north side, this is basically right behind the pagoda. At the base of that, the palisade wall, you actually notice that these logs have begun to rot. So they're still staked up. From here, it would be about, the 6 feet up and the other 5 feet up. So 11 feet from where you are looking up, basically Frostglade height, is the base of these logs that have begun to rot out.
Can I reach up and just like try to rip them out?
Use your might.
Do might body.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm looking for.
These are pretty big. I would say it's probably like a 5-1.
So Frostglade looks at it for a second, takes a few inches up as close as he can, and reaches up and really digs his claws and rootlets and everything else into it, and then looks back at you guys and says,
"Stand back."
And then I roll some dice.
While he's doing that, I'd like to use my plot vision to try and see if there's anything behind this.
Oh.
If it's 5 feet.
Probably would have been good to do that first, but well.
That's why I'm like, as he goes for it, I'm like, wait a minute.
I have 3 successes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You rip more than you intend to, and then you fall through the ground.
Oh, no!
So
the tower starts to collapse.
He's too strong.
I want to know, just to kind of like lay this out in sequence, with your vision, Okri, you're standing about 15, 20 feet away from like really where these walls are, just from your perspective on the ground.
Yeah.
Can you just like X-ray through anything at any range?
No. I would. That's a good question. I'll leave it up to you.
I think based on this, like, I think that like it's a little wild to think that you could like binocular see through like anything.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like depending on the angle, if there's like rocks and stuff and everything in the way, then obviously I can't see because I can't go through.
Based on that, I think basically you'll need to kind of be closer to the substance to see through it.
So would you say he needs to be like in close range, or?
Yeah, I think probably within like 5 feet.
Okay, yeah, that totally works. Makes sense.
So as you are all standing right around Frostglade as he brings this all down, you sink your hand talons into it and you kind of give it a little squeeze and then begin to pull it.
Calm down, Dave.
You bring down 3 of these massive 20-foot long logs, cracking and splintering down the edge of this rock face. And if anyone wants to do an awareness check at 5-1, they're free to do so.
Falas is going to pull out his
Nice.
weapons, just kind of like, well, I think they'll know we're here now.
4 successes.
Ooh.
2 successes.
Okay.
0 successes.
Nice.
Classic.
In the aftermath of these logs falling, Frostglade, you hear from inside the tower a bit of a scraping, scuttling sound, and you hear as this wall actually opens up, you see the backside of the Pagoda Tower. I suppose saying Pagoda Tower is a little bit irrelevant. It's just a pagoda, and there's no actual back entrance on this side, but you hear kind of coming from the upper levels. You hear some scrambling and scraping, and actually, you with a 4. You actually hear on the very top level, you notice one of the roof tiles actually come sliding off as a creature ran across it and into one of the windows.
Do I get a good enough look at the critter to identify it?
You had a 4. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. So it is quite a bit bigger than your garden variety ghouls that you've been seeing before.
Okay.
So you don't see the exact details, but you're pretty sure you saw a wing.
Okay, that's pretty exciting.
Just one wing angel?
Frostglade extricates himself
Gross.
from the logs. Yes, it's disgusting. And points with great deliberation towards the top of the pagoda and says,
Flyers. Big ghoul.
What's that, Frosty? How many?
1.
Oh, well then, that's not too much to worry about.
But I hear more.
Then there's some things to worry about.
Dave, is there any reason we need to protect any of the buildings here?
So from
Table flip the pagoda.
Just, hey, Dave, how much collateral damage could we cause?
Yeah, so you aren't aware of the history or the purpose of this particular fort. No one's really talked to you about that, or you're not aware of anything like that. You do know that people have gone missing and they've been dragging people here, though.
Can I do an awareness check to see if there's a heritage site plaque somewhere in the building?
This is protected. We can't attack
You know what you
this.
actually could do? You could do a lore if you want to kind of know more about this.
Oh yeah, I got great lore, and I mean that sarcastically.
Actually, I could do it because I have some pretty decent lore.
Sure.
You keep that book in its pouch, buddy.
I'm not pulling the book out. Don't worry, boys. I'm not doing any of that.
I got a 5 and a 4.
Cool. I was going to say it's a 5-1. Okri, you're also welcome to see if you get even
3 5s.
more 5. 3. Okay. All right.
I remember this. Mr. Okri was telling me about this in one of his books. What was it again?
Indeed, what was it again?
My sanity.
As you rip these palisade walls out, you kind of realize that these are wood logs that are of a different era than the rest of the fortress that they've been put up around. You're seeing all these roof tiles and this different style of architecture. Okri, you've actually heard of what you assume is this culture. It's called the Nefrian Dynasty. It was a mercantile empire that came to Sigmar several centuries earlier. And, it kind of fell out of knowledge as no one really had heard from them since they moved here and got established. And you can tell that even though this used to be Nefrian architecture, something else has moved in here since because, the walls around it do not match the
original architecture, right?
Yeah.
The aesthetic.
So are the logs newer or older?
newer.
Okay.
And a lot shoddier as well.
A lot shoddier, right?
And some of them can talk.
That was Nefrian, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to write that down. Keeping notes.
I'm proud of you.
See, I have a story reason why I don't write notes.
Nice.
As these logs come down, though, you also can see that you're actually able to get up to the ground level of the interior.
Nice. We wanted another entrance. We made it.
Good job.
Are there any other logs I can tear out, Dave? I'm just itching to roll some more
all
might.
surrounding this fort.
Oh, are they all as rotten as those ones? Okay, fine.
Let's fuck the
I had
foundation
my
up.
fun.
Clearly, that won't hurt the tower.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, we made an entrance. Let's try and save some people. Hopefully, are alive.
Yes.
Frostglade
Goes first.
Okay, fine.
If you insist.
Probably keep my my bow knocked with a spear arrow, and I'm keeping my eyes open, doing the casual awareness. Should I see any flying creatures, I will, of course, shoot randomly into the sky. So just feel free to skip past that. I don't even need to roll. And then once we get up the little ridge and are ready to duck in, I'm obviously going to switch to this gigantic scythe.
Now, just to be sure, we are not attacking other humans this time, correct?
There were none, but yeah.
Oh, he's so talkative now. Oh,
He's opening up.
wow.
So you can all make it up there. Okri might need a little bit of help.
I help with my might.
Nice. He
You
lifts
throw
me
him
up
into the sea.
like a child. Just
Go get him!
That's a fastball special.
yeah. I guess once we get up there, I whip out the anatomizer. I just start priming it just to get ready. Suck out any air.
Yeah, no air allowed here.
No.
So you you
breathing
skulk
for you.
around to the corner, which would be kind of the closest. So it's the northeast corner of the Pagoda Tower. You could peer around the corner. What's your order? Is it Frostglade first?
Sure.
I don't know where you got that idea from.
I, in my personal opinion, I believe it should be the tree that goes first, followed by the second most combat able person, which would be Falas, and then me in the back.
Sounds like a plan, Mr. Okri.
All
Perfect.
right, so you got Frostglade up front, Falas in the middle, and Okri in the back.
It's like that. Falas can try to do some outflanking and some shooting with the crossbows and such.
Yeah. So I did find out that my spread trait does hit allies, and I also count as my own ally. So there is a risk of shooting.
That's
Shooting
actually
yourself.
that's I like that actually. That's kind of fun. That
Mhm.
makes you use it in certain places.
Yeah. Thankfully, I have bonus defense against range attacks, and I guess including against my own range attacks. So
Never trust anyone, not even yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
As you look around the corner, you see a few things. So there's the pagoda, we were talking about. We were right up against to the east. This is roughly circle shaped for it. On the east kind of quadrant of it is a building. It's actually quite close to you. It has an entrance that you would pass by if you were to continue south.
Okay.
It has a heavy stone door. Looking farther, you see another building that's a little bit longer. It has all of these are built like in the Nefrian style. The building that is a little bit further down, you see a couple large bins that they're actually like have some refuse kind of piled up around it and look like in a little bit disarray.
the undead's been composting, it seems like.
And so that longer building actually has a set of 3 like heavy sliding panel doors. And as you peer around the corner, you also see in the center square that you can basically only see up to the center, like half of this fort just from where you're standing. But in the center, kind of covered by a large awning, is a human man with arms behind his back to you. Chained up by his wrists around the pole. He's wearing a fanciful ultramarine blue long coat with like gold trim.
Oh my.
He's quite slim and has a you can see the side of his face. You see like a big monocle that's kind of wrapped around his head with a bandage like strap.
So it's like an eye patch.
Like an eye patch that's
Eye patch
also
monocle.
a monocle. Eye patch monocle.
I patch with a lens.
And then perhaps the most notable thing he actually has a very fanciful powdered wig.
Is he breathing? Is he alive, Dave? Can we tell?
From this distance, you might need to make an awareness check.
I don't know, Dave. Sounds fishy.
Not a medicine check. Go through your ABCs, awareness, make sure.
Best
Check for dangers. Check
roll
for
ever.
dangers.
I don't know what the difficulty is, but I'll just assume 4 successes.
4-2.
Yeah, 4 successes.
Yeah. You look him all over. You know every nook and cranny of this man's body. You can tell that he is alive.
Nice.
And he's actually relatively unscathed given the
Wait
situation.
a second. Unscathed? With these people? This is suspicious.
You do notice as well with that roll that the pole that he is strapped up to, his chains look freshly set, and the pole has bloodstains on it. You can tell from what you would assume is previous victims. So claw marks, bloodstains. and you spot blood going from that post in two directions. One to the interior of the pagoda, kind of around to the right, out of sight, and the other to those storage boxes that I
Can we go back to the nooks and crannies in the person's body?
Yes.
Frostglade, if the guy's alive and he's out in the sunlight, that's pretty much all he cares about. So Frostglade holds up a hand.
He's underneath. There's a sorry, just to clarify, there's a canopy kind of over the center of this area.
Mm-hmm,
He's underneath that.
Oh, I'm certain. I don't care what I'm certain of. Frostglade holds up a hand, and he doesn't have many words, but he goes,
He's alive. We have to save him.
Hello there, sir.
So Frostblade, I was about to say stealths forward, but stops trying to stealth, turns and looks at Okri with just like, I don't know how annoyed I look normally, but even a little bit more than usual.
Oh no, I'm gonna die. This is it. This is the day.
As you call out, you hear the chain shift a little bit, and this figure kind of like twists around to look behind them, and kind of like has a very panicked look on their face. And says, hello, I hope you can get over here and help me, please.
I don't like it.
It's George Takei.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
I was like, that's a great voice. That's why.
I listened to him before this, actually.
Oh, nice.
It's like me and my Hagrid supercuts.
I need some help to get off of this giant wooden pillar before they eat me alive.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I don't know about you folks, but I got a weird feeling about this one. I don't like it.
Frostblade shrugs and just walks towards the guy.
Nice.
Falas keeps his handbow trained on the powdered wig man.
Powdered wig man.
Yeah, one of the rejected Mega Man villains.
That'd be pretty good.
Nice.
I'm heading for him, and I'm not even being quiet. I am looking with my eyes and smelling with whatever orifices I have in my face.
Go ahead and you're doing an awareness. So yeah, as you stride to the center, or the man on the pole.
Hail of Doom.
Yeah. You see a few more things, actually.
Oh.
At the far side of the camp is another building. And that it has a door slightly ajar. It's dark inside, as you can see. And it has more of those storage boxes on like the far side. And you also can see from this angle the main gate. It's like this heavy like log gate that's actually a little bit ajar.
Okay.
You see there's an overturned rickshaw kind of facing away from you as well in the center of the school, kind of towards the
Wait, you're
entrance.
telling me we're walking into the area with a whole bunch of waist-high obstacles?
Oh, no.
That's way too low for me. I can't even take cover.
You are the cover.
Shit. These things are interesting, Dave, but not so interesting that I would stop to not save Mr. Powdered Wig Man.
Sure, yeah.
Mr. George Powdered Wig.
So I'm heading right for him.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Lucius Locke. I really hope you can just take these chains off me, please.
He's really proud of his wig.
So luscious.
What do you mean?
Luscious locks.
Luscious locks.
Lucius,
Luscious
excuse
locks.
me.
I'm like the last person who should be laughing at somebody's name.
If you
What are
hadn't
you
said
talking
it.
Yes. Tell us more.
Yes.
How are you here?
About my name?
No, about your situation.
Am I there yet? This isn't the time or the place. Frostglade is just like walking with his arms out like this, like, why are we having this conversation?
We need to check his story. Make sure he's not going to betray us.
Wait.
I, for one, welcome his inevitable betrayal.
So I start sprinting so I can get to him quicker, Dave.
Yeah.
He's always out of reach.
A few steps. Yeah.
His Xeno's paradox.
Yeah, you reach him, and there are sure enough, there's chains wrapping around his hands.
And the chains are wrapped around. So I just want to break stuff. Can I roll might to break him free?
Break his
Yeah.
hands.
You won't be needing these.
You can't break the chains, so you just break his hands. It's
Yeah,
other
exactly.
chain.
Rip the chains off. 5-2.
I don't wanna hurt him, of
like
course.
a Barbie doll. Just...
But if there's, I'm interested in grabbing this guy and getting him to safety quickly.
Okay.
2 6s, thank the Lords of Cobalt, because the rest were not good.
Sure. With as if it was butter, you just reach your hands around and just the chains just go like butter all along the ground.
Wait,
Delicious.
sorry. I'm going to get caught up on this like I did about that weird white tree. The chains turn into butter. Just kidding, guys. Let's get out of here. I scoop
Unless-
up Lucius and walk him out the front door.
Oh my. As you approach, so you're going out the front gate?
All right, let's not separate. Frostglade takes one step towards the front gate and then, like, full on 90-degree about face
Wait.
and walks.
Wait. There's more people inside.
Inside where?
Inside there. And he points at the pagoda. They've been taking them inside all day. In fact, just last night they came back with a couple of human boys.
Can you fight?
If you can give me a weapon, I would be happy to help you.
Falas looks at the two weapons in his hands, just kind of like, just hides them behind his back.
Well, they've been dropping supplies in that bin behind me.
Yeah, I guess we'll start. Find yourself a weapon in there. If hopefully there's one. And
Let's take it to these ghoulie boys, and I'm gonna see what I find.
not enjoy
in the
that
bin.
phrase at all, sir.
Is there like a sense motive of any kind in this world?
Yeah,
Intuition.
intuition.
Intuition mind.
Intuition mind? I don't know, guys. Seems like a stretch. I don't appear to be
I got a 5 and a 4.
Okay. So for any of these kind of social checks, it is opposed, just no matter kind of what happens, right? Let's
But
see.
yeah, Falas will definitely keep Mr. Hare between him and Frostglade.
Sure.
I also got a couple of successes, I assume.
What was the
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
what-
It's opposed. 2 successes, Dave. Thanks for asking.
2 successes?
I got a
Okay.
5 and a 6.
Okay, anyone else?
Okri trusts him with his life.
I mean, honestly, he's not undead. He's chained up.
He looks like he has money. That's the most important thing for Okri.
We need sponsors, boys. Sponsors.
Honestly, Frostglade, like, he seems like super sweaty, super, like, unnerved by everything, but you get the impression that he does have a sense of duty to...
Sold.
Falas is wondering like how his physical condition is, because having been like, if someone's been chained around for a while, how ready are they to fight? Would it require like a medicine check?
Yeah, just a 4-2 medicine mind. Pretty simple check.
That's
6 and a 6. Well, I got a 6 and 5, but I have a focus. So, but yeah, basically, Falas is kind of checking to make sure he's okay, but he's also kind of just looking for anything that's a little bit. He's looking for any reason to not trust this guy.
Sure. So his clothes are, overall, like, pretty clean. He doesn't have a ton of, like, exposed flesh. You see, like, the occasional scratch, especially like around his feet.
Is he wearing shoes?
He's wearing those like kind of like fancy buckle shoes,
Oh.
but they are they've been besmirched a fair bit.
Their honor has been
Some
tarnished.
And yeah, he's got like quite a bit of blood, like from where he's been standing against the pole. Yeah, he hasn't been wounded or anything like too specifically.
But he looks like he's fighting fit.
More or less, yeah.
Falas kind of like mutters under his breath, like, "Never trust someone who can't show you his real hair."
Well, I'll have you know, this is my mother's side. We come from a long line of luscious hair. And he reaches in and he grabs out he pulls out a halberd.
Out of his
like,
hair?
Out of his hair. Out of the bins that he was going to the refuse bins, basically, where they've been piling
How
stuff.
did we missed this?
About the bins. We didn't go through the bins though. Frostglade nods his appreciation at the halberd, but also pulls a dagger off of the many loops on his bandolier and hands it to the guy. Knife first. Roll initiative. No, I hand it to him nicely.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So then a dagger for you would be like a short sword, right? We established this lore before.
That's a great sword as far as I'm concerned, and I will use it as a great sword in the future.
Cursory glance while he's like rummaging through the bin. Is there anything else we can spot without needing to spend 10 minutes digging through?
Everything's like pretty much thrown in there. Like if you wanted to spend some time looting it, you could pick out stuff, but it's like a junk heap at this point.
Right.
So you'd have to really kind of get in there and actually
No, like
get
bag
some
of cash just right on the top of the pile.
No, you'd have to smash it and then it falls apart and there's just a floating stack of cash you can pick up.
Might
So
check.
that's what kind of game this is. Yeah.
But in all seriousness, now that he's armed and is apparently in ship shape, Frostglade unstoppers his bathtub full of iron bark oil and dips his fingers in and traces the runes on his body. It's the most sensual thing any of you have ever seen.
Essential oils.
It smells good.
I can appreciate a good wood polishing.
Ooh.
It says skincare treatment.
And when he's done,
He breaks out.
hefts his scythe, looks at the door to the pagoda. Nice, I got all the words right.
Yeah, you got
and then he walks in that direction.
Let's go.
Dave, you had mentioned a storeroom that was separate, right? That the door was slightly ajar.
Well, yeah. So there's 3 outbuildings. One you crossed by, like as you would have been approaching him.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can imagine, like if we're looking at is a big circle. 12 o'clock is the pagoda, largest building, multi-story. About 2 o'clock is a small outbuilding. Around 5 o'clock is a longer rectangular 3-panel door building. You're not sure what's inside. And then farther on the other side, you see a building that has a door slightly ajar.
Okay. As a lot of this, like the rummaging and the talking and the applying, the oiling up, like the Turkish wrestler tree, I'd like to stroll over to each of these, kind of put my face to the wall and just look through. Cursory glance. I just want to get an idea, like, are there baddies? Are there bogeys in here?
Sure. Northeast one,
Okay.
nothing living inside. You get the impression that this has actually been sealed up for a very long time.
Okay.
Southeast one, you get the sense that there is probably some kind of bodies in here. You don't get any sense that anything's moving around. But as you approach the southwest one with the door slightly open, you spot some critters skulking around.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop, turn around. Lads, boys.
What seems to be the problem, my stout middle friend?
There's people in the building.
People to rescue or people to not rescue?
Turn around, I'll do an awareness check.
It would be 4-2.
4-2?
Looking through the walls.
I got 3 successes.
You spot what you believe to be 3 ghouls, and you actually also spot, with that kind of a roll, you spot a griff charger in the corner of this room.
What's a griff charger?
A griff charger is basically like a very big griffhound that you could ride.
Oh, okay. So nothing to do with, charging up electric, environmentally friendly versions of griffhounds.
No,
it's an e-griff. Yeah.
So essentially, if a griffhound is a big cat and a bird, a griff charger is a bird and a horse.
Gotcha. So one is a golden retriever.
Yeah, the other one is a horse with a beak, which is infinitely worse than a horse. And
right, leave it to me then.
Oh, hey, come on inside. Take a load off those feet. It's me, Dave, your DM, here with another mid-episode break. First, I want to thank you for stopping by our little Age of Sigmar podcast. We're playing with the Soulbound RPG system, and you can find the link to that in the show notes. If you've been enjoying the series so far, please consider helping us out by rating the podcast, on iTunes or wherever you're listening. Those reviews really do help us get discovered and encourage people to give it a try. Also wanted to welcome all of the new subscribers that joined us in August. We had a really big month, and that's probably our biggest month yet in terms of new subscribers, new listeners. So if you came on recently, welcome. And I just want to say that really, was really inspiring to, put a little bit of extra effort into this episode. So I hope it worked for everyone who came in and was looking for some dice to be rolled. If you're not already, please consider subscribing and sharing us out to other folks looking for RPG podcasts, whether that's online or whether that is in hobby groups or in general. We really do appreciate it. And as well, if you want to stay up to date on any sort of Questward updates, you can find us on Facebook, and we just started a Twitter handle that is @GoQuestward. And you're going to be able to get status updates for, news, episode updates, so on and so on. So if you're interested in taking a look at that, go ahead. I think that's everything. Hope everybody's safe and sound out there. In the meantime, let's roll some dice.
No, but I will describe the inside of the building as best as I can. Like, there's three ghouls, a griff charger, possibly some bodies. I don't know. And I'll turn to Mr. Lucius. Lucius, do you have a mount?
Did I have a mount? No, no.
All right,
no.
we can kill the dog. Horse. All right, I'm going to charge up the anatomizer.
All right. What is Frostglade doing at this time?
So he hears that and gets very concerned and puts his great big mitt on Okri's shoulder.
No kill. Just ghouls.
Put it down. All right, then. Okay.
Well, because Falas wants to just kind of like, do that reach around thing and fire.
Just indiscriminately.
Yeah, shoot indiscriminately into the room.
Sounds super safe.
The inside of this building would be one zone, just so you know. So any spread would apply to anything in there.
So, I mean, Falas is under the impression that he can just shoot anything inside. So,
Yeah, go right ahead.
No,
I'm sure the charge will be fine.
no life, all that matters.
I'm getting a little conflicting instructions here.
It is midday right now. We could maybe just leave them alone and go into the pagoda.
Fair enough. You're right.
Is there a door that could be ripped off its hinges, or a window that could be made into a larger wall hole?
The door to this is ajar. You could also move the rickshaw in front of the door. Yeah, you could do that.
I want to tear the door right off its fucking hinges.
Okay. So the architecture here, they're all like kind of sliding doors, but you could rip it out. It's kind of big, heavy, kind of like
Sliding
stone,
doors, very
masonry.
Nefarian era.
Yeah,
Yes,
as long as
exactly,
it falls, or is no longer useful as a door, I'm happy.
So you're basically trying to expose the interior, right?
Correct.
Cool. Yeah, 5-2.
I ready a shot.
I got 2 6s. Some dice are still moving, but I got a couple of 6s. That's
Nice.
the best I'm going to do, actually. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. So without too much, I think you're tired of these guys just kind of bickering about it. You go in, rip the door off the hinges, and you're holding it.
Well, I didn't expect that, to be honest. Frostglade. No, what am I talking about? Screw the comedy, guys. This is about seriousness. He tosses the door aside. Goes.
Hi.
You see a stream of light hitting the side to your right, actually illuminating the Griff's Charger slightly. You can actually see that it is in pretty rough shape.
But alive.
It's been tethered and lashed to the wall. Yes, alive. Cool. But you actually notice, as you're just doing a quick cursory glance, it looks like it's been bit.
Do we know if so I was going to ask this earlier. This is out of character mostly because I'm pouring tea. Do we know that this sickness?
Sorry, I was just going to make a gag about you urinating into a bottle. Yeah, this is an audio medium.
Do we know?
I didn't make that joke though. It's okay.
Yeah, good thing we didn't. We might have spent time on it. Do we know if the illness is spread through bites? Is that a thing we know?
Is that a lore medicine?
We're about to find out. Lore check.
Yeah, I could do this would be a lore.
I'm so fucking good at lore. Oh man, Dave, you're gonna regret that.
5-2.
Dude.
3 and a 1.
2 5s.
Oh, 2 you say? So I failed.
Okay.
2 5s.
2 5s?
Yep.
I said 5-2, right?
Yep. Yarp.
Okay. So Okri, it's not as simple as a bite. It's kind of a little bit more like magically induced. Or and a lot of the time, what the stories that you've heard, like probably like folklore and stuff like that, I don't think we've really established you have like a particular
background
relationship with this. It's a little bit like there is and you knew this already. You know that there's a leader of this court, and in order to indoctrinate new members, what actually happens is they will partake in a drinking of blood from the leader of the court.
Oh, wow.
And we knew a little bit from the obsidian dinner plate thing too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I think the charge will be fine. It's not necessarily through bite, but we'll have to keep a wary eye on it,
Good.
just in case.
We kill.
All right, Frostglade, fuck him up. In character.
Frostglade shrugs. I feel like I do a lot of that. And steps into the building, assuming, of course, it's not made for Dwardens. Sorry.
It's a little bit low for you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Everything is a little
you're
bit
12,
low.
You're 12 feet.
Uh-huh.
This would be like 9-foot ceilings, probably.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a stoop.
Yeah.
Don't like that very much.
Yeah.
Rules question: does my two-handed scythe get impacted by the close quarters?
I would assume positively. Do you have cleave on it?
I don't have cleave, but it has. Yeah, it's got an
It
ability.
does have cleave.
Yeah, is that what it's called? Yep, cleave. You bet.
Awesome. So one fun thing about cleave is you can swing them in a sweeping arc.
Mm-hmm.
When you're attacking with a cleave weapon, each result of 6 on your attack roll deals 1 damage to all other enemies within close range.
Yeah.
As you step in here, you see several ghouls that are kind of like skulking around behind the corner. They're actually going to be what's called a... Oh, sorry, I got a husky that's rushing around making all sorts of stepping noises. What are you doing, Goof?
That's cute. Tippy taps.
Yeah, clicky clacks with her nails. There we go. So these 3 ghouls are going to be in what's called a swarm. We kind of would have played with this before, but it's a little bit more of a specific thing. So when they're a swarm, they basically 3 or more creatures that occupy the same zone. Their toughness is equal to the amount of creatures. So 1, 2, 3 toughness in this case. And each point of damage kills a member of the swarm. So you're basically attacking the swarm, and your damage will carry over.
Neato.
And they also basically stack up their attack. So without attacking individually, they do like 1 better attack for all of the creatures.
Nice. Yeah, there had to be a benefit here.
Yeah. And they also suffer double damage from effects that target an area, such as, and it specifically calls out, Hail of Doom.
I throw all of my scythes and create a hail of doom. I won't be able to use hail of doom because it's a long-range weapon, etc., etc. Whatever. Let's scythe these
If
suckers.
only one of us has some sort of spread attack.
Oh yeah.
If only.
Could I?
Why didn't you guys do that, I wonder?
Because we
You
didn't
guys
want to
saw
shoot the
right
horse.
before?
No, we already went over this. Yeah. Nice try, you guys. You fooled me. I was about to step out and be like, go ahead.
I'm sure the horse could survive.
Yeah, it's big and meaty. It's fine.
All right, I want to get through this fight.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, Frostglade? Are you going
Take him to Cleveland.
Nice.
Oh, Cleveland. That's my new favorite saying. Indeed that.
Okay. So they have a defensive average.
I attack
dipping
good.
into George Decay there.
That you do, Frostglade. You attack good.
So what does that tell us, Dave?
So you are 1 step higher, so you're DN 3.
Roger that. 1, 2, 3, 4 freaking successes.
Oh damn. Okay. Yep, that'll do it. Describe it.
Oh my goodness, 3 of them?
Yes.
Wait, they have 0 armor?
Oh,
All right.
oh,
They're
they
ghouls.
do. Oh, okay. Yeah, I fully expected that as well. Frostglade shrugs and steps in and lines it up really carefully. And as they approach, he just brings the scythe from one side of the building to the other, and they topple into 2 or 3 pieces each.
Yeah, and that's the combat.
He immediately
did it.
drops the scythe and heads right for the horse, Griff horse.
Griff Charger, yeah.
That's what I said. I don't know why this is such a
Yeah.
problem.
No, yeah.
And without even okay, there's a lot of things I don't know, but I would like to heal it using drops of Aqua Garanis if necessary.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I actually don't know how healing
Yeah,
works.
me neither, Dave.
I believe single drops can heal bits of toughness.
It restores 1 toughness.
Yep. You need like an orb of or whatever other measurement of thing in order to heal more.
10 drops is a vial, and a vial restores 10 toughness and removes 1 condition.
And then you need a sphere to recover wounds.
Reduce the severity of wounds, yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
1 sphere restores all toughness, removes all conditions, and reduces the severity of a wound.
All right.
Wow.
I'm only dealing with drops or I don't want to use 10. Well, I might. Anyway, I've got 37 drops, and I want to make this thing happy again, Dave.
10 drops? So 1 vial?
No, I don't want to use the whole vial. I want to nurse it to health over the next few minutes using my heal skill, right? That's the thing, medicine?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And any drops of Aqua Garanis that's required. I'm rolling for that. That's a really good roll, Dave. Don't even bother telling me what the DC is for this medicine check, because I crushed it.
Yeah, I'm trying to... here we go. I found the healing rules. Sorry, I was looking up the thing here.
No apologies. I mean, you got 3 players here who are not helping at all, so...
I think I'm gonna just kind of allow this. You basically take it out of critical condition. We'll look at healing stuff later. It's also an animal, so I think we're okay.
Sold.
Yeah. So you're able to kind of like.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. I do have that animal friend talent, and it knows what's stressing or harming an animal automatically, apparently.
Oh, nice. It's the fact it had been eaten partially.
Oh, good thing I have that talent. So Frostglade looks it over and goes,
He's hurt.
I mean, I didn't have any idea. I'm
good
just
thing
like,
you're
oh.
here.
As long as he doesn't think you're saying,
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah. So do I have to use any drops of the water of life?
I think if you want to just drop in a couple, I think that'll be sufficient.
2,
Like 3 drops will do it.
3? That's more than 2, Dave.
Yeah.
Also, you earlier said that this is something we could ride, and that's me too. So I'm just assuming I can ride this thing into the skies now.
This poor thing's back. Yeah, it's the giant tree ant just jumps on the back.
It's gonna carry the team now.
It nuzzles you slightly and kind of whimpers because it is still like been subjected to quite a lot of horrors. Yeah, it's been like cruelly lashed to the wall. Pulls away from its bindings.
I clearly use might to break the bindings. I don't know how we get him outside, but we definitely want him outside.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. Yeah, you get him outside. He kind of like blinks a little bit. You can kind of also get the impression that it's probably been in here for probably a few days.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we gonna bring it with us? Are we
Not sure.
letting it go?
We can take a look at it to see if it's in fighting condition, I guess. I'd imagine that
Oh, they didn't
it'd
think
be
of that.
decently powerful. Anywhere the big tree guy can go, I'm sure this Griff horse can get into.
Yeah, so it is. I will say, even with that heel, it is still like a little bit worn down. But it is still a wild animal. So bringing it into an interior space, like you could totally do it. It may act unpredictably though.
Nah.
No. Set it free.
All right. Slap it on the rump and get it going, I guess. Maybe do it nicely.
Up to you guys. Yeah.
I defer to Frosty there to handle the animal.
I'm gonna beast handle it, Dave, to convince it to go. Essentially, convince it that
sure.
it's free.
Gonna white fang it. Go.
Okay.
Go back to your kind.
Wow.
Throwing rocks at him.
I'm a pretty bad roller, Dave.
I'm waiting for the one wing angel to just come out of the pagoda and just like swipe it out of the air as it goes by. It's like the scene in Simpsons with Cherry Poppins. It's just like, you think you'll ever see her again, Dad?
Yeah, this would be beast handling 4-2. I think that would be
Well,
all it would take.
I tried my hardest.
All right, you slap it on the butt and it kind of looks back at you.
It's like, dude, we just met.
I give it a little push.
Okay, you shove it and it falls down the steps.
What?
Breaking. Yeah, so there is the front gate. If you were to want to push that open, you could probably.
No, I
force
absolutely
it
want to do that. If I can bust the gate, I will. But yeah, let's push it open.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, honestly, with that,
Can this thing not fly? Did it already fly away?
no, it's a horse with a bird head, basically.
Oh, okay.
Oh, without the wings.
Yeah.
Why would you choose if you could choose parts of the bird to acquire? Never mind. I'm not going to question it.
Because that's how life works. So, with a little bit more time, you can push the doors open, and it scampers into the field of tree stumps, and it looks back at you, and then it kind of like gives you a little nod with its little beak face.
Whoa, how intelligent is it? It? Cool. I nod back and smile.
A single tear drops down its eye.
And then it waves
What?
with one paw. It whinnies as the eagle would, and rides into the swamp.
Oh, right, the swamp.
And then it sinks into the swamp.
I'm super pleased with this outcome, but I think a lot of this is just BS.
I think this is Frostglade internalizing it a little
sold.
bit, maybe.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
And then it comes out of the woods and kind of gives you a little...
Gives him a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Frostglade is smiling and waving for many minutes after it's well out of sight.
Yeah, Falas is just standing next to Frostglade, just kind of like staring at him, just kind of like...
So while all that's happening, just as the music swells, I'm just gonna go over to Lucius and just. So, how'd you get captured? Beautiful moment, I know, but I'd like some answers.
I didn't want to interrupt the kind moment of compassion.
Yeah, he does this every day. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I've been taken from my home about yesterday morning. It would have been.
Whereabouts do you live?
Oh, I came from Gladesreach on the east side of the island.
We came across Farnswallow.
Oh, a lovely town when it's not being accosted by ghouls.
The town formerly known as Farnswallow.
Is it no longer standing? Did it burn down?
Oh, no, it is. It's completely fine. It's just emptied.
I see. Oh, is it entirely emptied?
I think there's one elder who stayed, Ekram, and other than that, it's fully empty.
Oh, I see. How did Ekrim manage to withstand the nightly onslaughts?
I believe she hunkered down in her old ship, her workshop.
Old ship.
Her workshop.
Oh, I see. The metal building up on the hill.
Yes, that one.
Quite a difficult nut to crack, you know. Anyhow, are we going inside?
And Falas just kind of gives Mr. Hare the look again, and just kind of.
Yes. Hello, sir. Shall we?
Gives you kind of like that little slow nod. The ones that kind of says, "Don't leave town." You know what I mean?
Falas,
He smiles.
Falas, I can't tell if he's trying to move the plot forward or he's being ominous.
Right. We spend enough time here. Let's get on with it.
Fair enough. Frostglade, it's gone. It's been gone for a few minutes now.
Come on, Frosty. You're usually the first one in. Let's go.
Okay.
So marching order is Frostglade, Hare, Falas, and Okri.
Oh, okay.
We don't trust you, so you go up front.
He's also got a melee weapon. He's also got a
That's true.
melee weapon.
It's got a
so-
halberd, that's
yeah.
true. So the approach up to the pagoda, how's it looking? It's just like a straight path up to the door?
Yeah, well, so it's this kind of courtyard kind of revolves around that entrance. So it's it's kind of up a very short set of stairs, like kind of large pillars coming down from the overhanging roof, and a quite a large, similar to what you've seen before, big stone sliding door.
Mm-hmm. Frostglade?
Totally. What's the time of day currently? Has it really only been like half an hour? Or did we manage to eat through huge chunks of the day?
It depends on how long you're waving to that.
10
Treasure.
minutes.
Yeah, I'd still say it's about 1 o'clock.
Sold.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It
was-
has a run across the cut down forest, right?
Their moments last a long time in the Kurnoth heritage. So this is going to sound a little bit like redundant at this point, but if there's literally a portal of any kind that I can break on the way through it, I want to, because I think that sunlight is just going to make life harder for these guys. When I
Sure.
assume we'll have to leave at some point. If the door can be broken, I tear it off its hinges. If there's a hole, I want to make the hole bigger. Whatever can be done. It's worth the effort.
Frostglade is destructive today, my goodness.
Paint the scene. They have covered the courtyard with like some overhanging like tarps and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
So kind of leading up to the entrance is shady.
Yeah, I want to tear that all down. All of it. I scythe it,
okay.
I rip
Very
it,
good idea.
I tear it all down. There is no shade to be found by the time I'm done. Unless you're standing dead
Okay.
beneath my feet.
Everyone do a awareness soul.
Awareness
Soul, you
soul.
say.
Oh,
system.
no.
Awareness soul.
Oh, no.
Yep, that's worse than usual.
442.
Okay, so I was gonna say 5-1.
Blah.
One success, six, my friend.
Okay, cool.
No success.
Ha, ha, ha.
Okay, awesome. You smell as this comes down. You're not really sure where it's coming from, but you kind of smell like a little bit of like, kind of like a crispy flesh smell.
It's the bacon.
Oh, it's smell-based?
Smell
I
based.
get
Yeah.
an extra dice then. No, I didn't do anything.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's
right.
hilarious. I thought you were joking, but nope.
No,
No,
that's your bit, Isaac.
Right, yeah. Can we find it? The smell?
That was us finding the smell.
Oh, that's fair.
I'll walk up to the door, put my open eye to the door, and hit it with some X-ray to try and see on the other side.
Yeah.
If there's
Okay,
any
awesome.
ghouls poised to wait for us or anything.
As you put your head up to the door, Lucius quickly stacks up next to the door beside you. And so you look inside. This is a square interior. There is a statue in the center.
Mhm.
There is a set of stairs both on the northwest and northeast, both going up. And there is a balcony between those two staircases. And then you can tell that it kind of like winds upwards from there. Base level of this structure, you do not see any living creatures or unliving creatures either. But in the center, there's a statue of some kind that you can't quite make out.
All right, Frostglade, we're clear. Rip the door.
So I want to open it to its extreme. And if it can be broken in some way, I would definitely break it.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll slide open without any sort of checks. If you want to smash, honestly, it's a sliding door. So even if you smash it, it's going to just like open the same amount of, light in.
Heard, I want to break it for good, though, if possible.
Sure.
So that's what
Sure.
I do.
It's a heritage building.
Okay. 5-1.
Classic Nephrian architecture. It's a revival architecture.
You know what? I don't think I need to get you to roll for these. You're going to be able to basically just kind of take your
I think
time
I've
if
only
you
got
want. Go
one.
through,
Oh,
but-
okay. Okay, so I got one success that time.
Okay, cool. You smash it.
Cool.
Nice.
Just break it over your knee.
Seeing the looks from the other people who may or may not be looking at me like, why are you always destroying things? Frostglade shrugs, as always, and goes,
All that matters is life.
when I look inside, can we get a better look at that statue? I'm suspicious of statuary.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
That's just a character trait.
That was the most
Suspicious of
sarcastic DM I've ever heard. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure, great.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you can tell it is an etched jade statue.
Oh,
I think in awareness mind 4-2 will kind of give you a better depiction of it. It's
Roger.
Yep, that'll tell me how much I can tell you about it.
One success,
4 successes.
which means no successes.
Okay.
I failed.
Four.
Falas did get 2 successes.
4 successes from Okri and 2 from Falas. This used to be a very pristine and well crafted piece of art from the Nephrian dynasty. Okri, you can tell that this thing has been hacked up over time to the point where it now is actually covered in all sorts of bony necklaces and like different kinds of accoutrements that have been taken off of different kinds of corpses. And it has, underneath it was normally this human face. You can kind of get the impression of some kind of king or scholar or something. Since then, it actually has this skull of an ogre put over the face and has 2 jawbones hanging down on either side.
Freaky.
And yeah, it's just covered in ribs, kind of turned into necklaces.
Right.
I gotta say, trust Falas to only make awareness checks when it involves treasure.
Yeah.
Right. But underneath all that, that's still a solid jade statue, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, boys, we want to trade routes. We got our first one. This puppy can get hacked up for jade for the next, 2 years, maybe? I don't know.
I guess we need a fantasy name for this jade rather than just jade. It needs to be
Green jade.
Fire jade.
Fire
Or
jade.
something.
Fire
Fire
jade. That sounds
something
nice.
like that. All right.
How about
made of fire jade?
Ignis jade.
Ignis jade.
It's got an orange hue to it.
Yeah, it makes sense. Kind of crackles a little bit with
Oh.
veins of almost like amber.
I like that.
I do like the look of this one.
It's quite the magnificent statue, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name. I looked at my list of character
George
names and
Takei.
I just had written hair because that's the order you gave me.
Lucius.
Lucius, thank
Lucius.
you. Lucius steps inside.
Powderwick man.
Yeah, he steps inside out of the sunbeam and kind of crosses over towards closer to the statue and kind of takes a look at it and hits it with the butt of his halberd. It looks like it's been around for quite a long time, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Frostglade.
I don't like it when you do that.
Frostglade heads to the statue, and he's gonna tear off all of the bones, breaking them in his hands whenever possible.
Yes. Keep doing that as I go and start measuring how big the statue is and started doing calculations density, volume.
Mm-hmm. So, what brought all of you here? I haven't seen you around the island before.
Well, I believe we're supposed to be rescuing somebody here.
Oh, really? I don't suppose you were sent to rescue good old Lucius Locke, were you?
Rescue who?
It's him.
Oh,
No one of your particular description, sir.
Oh, I see. Who were you coming here to take?
The good people of Farnswallow.
and Trenton.
Oh, right. Trenton. I kind of glanced little, guiltily at the pauldron.
Oh shit.
I'm not familiar with Trenton. What does he look like, so I can keep an eye out?
Whoa, wait, what? He doesn't, wait a second. So Frostglade is having an internal battle with himself. This guy has no idea what Trenton looks like? Didn't Trenton lead the expedition?
So there's a few things that you could infer, but Trenton didn't go to Gladesreach.
All right, fine.
Trenton went to Farnswallow.
All right, that was a close one. DM. I'm on to you.
I fill him in into what Trenton looks like.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dave.
Trenton is, he's a pretty fit fellow. He's got darker skin, kind of with short cropped curly hair, very kind of almost shaved down. He is a flashy dresser. He's kind of got normally he would wear a dyed duster that kind of goes down to his knees. and wears like I don't know, like a sash. And normally he would be accompanied by good old Fran. So I don't think you brought with you. I think you left him back at Ekram.
Correct.
Yeah, but I think that's enough detail to go off of.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
And you described that?
Yes.
And he definitely does not have a pauldron.
What a weird thing to specify, but I'll make sure that whoever we see doesn't have a pauldron. If they have a pauldron, I'll make sure we leave them far alone.
Well, it depends if we're supposed to rescue them or not.
But if you mean in a wider scheme that we're meant to remake contact with the Sigmar Isles, and I'm just giving away like our big missions as I'm just like counting like we're supposed to remake contact with the Isles. I'm sorry, was I not supposed to say that?
I think neither Falas nor Frostglade are particularly like concerned.
Well, you're back in the fold, boys. I guess. I don't know.
So what's the plan here? You're just going to rip apart the statue and
make money, yes.
Is the statue a clean of bones and other decorations from the ghouls?
Yeah, if you would have spent the time to do that, yeah, you could rip it all off pretty easily.
Done.
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's kill some ghouls, and then we'll come back for the statue.
So the only way up is through the two staircases on either northeast and northwest corners, leading up to a balcony, and then it kind of like there's a staircase that kind of goes back towards the south, and then that's the next layer up.
Together or separate?
Let's not split the party.
Together.
Let's take the closest set of stairs.
You take the northwest stairs. You head up.
If there are any windows, I open them.
Sure. Yeah, so Lucius kind of heads up the stairs as he sees you go for like there's all these different side panels kind of around the base level. You could open up a few of them. There's one on either side at this point.
Oh, well, I definitely and I'm going to open them up, but also break them so they stay open.
Sure, you do that. And now the kind of the ground level of this tower is now exposed to sunlight.
Nice.
Yeah, so Falas is watching Frostglade do all this stuff. He's like, all right, I guess I should help as well. And just kind of like with his cutlass, just hack away at any. I'm assuming it's kind of like Asian themed with like kind of like screens, like paper screens type of stuff. So he just kind of.
Yeah. So this architecture is very like stone based. But yeah, you can imagine like a, kind of I'm picturing it as like a hybrid like Chinese Korean sort of architecture style, like but fantasy version. If that wasn't obvious.
Sure. So we make our way up.
Awareness check.
Level 2.
Oh God.
Yeah. So as you're heading up you're making an awareness check as you're going up.
Please.
Oh my, yes.
Okay. Cool.
What are we rating it at?
4-2.
I got 2 successes.
Huh.
I got 1.
Oh no, that's 2 successes.
Okay.
I like to think of these bad rolls as not my personal failing, but just Falas as a character being bad.
It honestly, the fails you're getting is like right in the right spots of just you're like, what?
Falas is just infatuated by the stuff that he has and just kind of looking at. He's looking around, but he's looking for the wrong things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As you make your way up to the second level, you hear some clattering of almost what sounds like dishes kind of falling off of like a table. And some walking sounds, some heavy footsteps that pass over you once and then stop as you kind of go up the stairs and then walk to the south side of the pagoda opposite you.
Neato. Sounds like me walking around up there?
Yeah.
Cool.
I suppose we should be a little bit more quiet now. Stealthy stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see about
That's a good
that.
idea.
What is your stealth, Mr. Okri?
It depends. What do we roll for stealth? We roll mind?
Body.
Then it's 2.
You'd be body here, yeah. Mind stealth would be interesting. I'm not sure how that would work. But.
Oh, clear your mind.
I did quite enjoy the soul awareness. Was actually quite. I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun to imply some stuff and mix it up a little bit. Cool. So this is going to be an opposed check. So I'm not going to tell. I think the fun thing about stealth is you don't always know how quiet you are.
True.
So I'm going to roll some awareness, and you're going to roll your stealth, and we'll do it effectively in opposed.
Ooh. All right. So I got 2 5s.
I got a 5-1-1.
2 successes. Just give me the success count.
1 success.
1 success, 2 success. Okay.
3 successes.
Okay. I think you're all carrying up the staircase with pretty good. I guess actually I also should use roll for Lucius.
Watch Lucius be the one who is our downfall.
He just kicks a skull and just rattles down.
Yeah. He gets 2 successes, actually. So he's as stealthy as the heavy metal dwarf, which is fine, I guess. But Falas, as you're heading up the stairs, how do you make sound?
Just kind of like accidentally kick over like a bone or something. It just clatters down the stairs.
Yeah.
And we all just kind of turn and look at it. And I'm like, sorry.
Mine's the Moria style. You just one thing hits like.
Yep. You
Bunch
fool
of
of
stuff.
a took.
But there's no reaction that you can hear.
And just breathe a sigh of relief, and then we continue tiptoeing.
You make it to the second set of stairs that's in the center of the balcony. Do you go up?
Yes. I'm just gonna walk up and like poke my head at the top of the stairs.
Mr. Okri, can you see up there?
You see, facing you, a long table. There are 6 chairs on either side and 1 head table at the end. There are 6 humans, 3 on either side of the table. Plate of meat in front of all of them with a large, clear glass of red liquid.
Oh, no.
Oh, great. It's Hannibal Lecter time.
At the head of the table, you see a rather elaborate chair that has actually been built up out of ribs and skulls and femurs, and you actually have a pair of large ribs kind of like cresting the top of the chair. The chair is empty. In front of it, though, is a large pitcher of red liquid. You can pretty safely assume blood.
Yep.
To the right and behind the chair, you see the creature from the night before. It is locking eyes with you as you peer over the top of the stairs. It has a hand on the base of its crude iron weapon that is like tensely large. Its point is down into the floor, and it's just kind of watching you. And it is standing at the ready next to the table. As you peek up and look around, you actually see lines of ghouls looking at the stairs with all sorts of pointed bones and crude scrap weapons watching you and slavering. This room is damn near pitch black.
I'm gonna dip my head back down.
Sorry, wrong number.
So good news and bad news. Good news is I found the humans. Bad news is
as you say that, you hear,
and that's the bad news.
You can hear them pounding the stone floor.
All right.
Down or up?
Up. Gotta save them.
Okri, as you were looking up, you spotted Trenton seated at the table.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And as this commotion starts happening, Lucius walks the stairs and peers up, and then he looks back at all of you. Well, are you going to join us for dinner? And he strides up the stairs.
I knew it. I knew it.
And he walks over to Trenton, takes out a blade from his jacket, and holds it to Trenton's neck. This is who you're here for?
Fuck.